What it do, surprise Shawty crew and hey my Daizee loves. I was forgetting my thing. This is not what was on the agenda to share this morning, but I really want to share it because I know there's probably another woman or man who needs it, and you may need it going forward, or someone in the future may find it and need it, but I just want to share it. I've told y'all recently on multiple lives, at least a couple, like my visions have increased since the year started. And when I got sick, I had a vision of, like, I had a pet, but it was a reptile. And God was telling me that I had been finding comfort in that. But we know reptiles, that's not like God. That's more like the enemy, okay? Cold-blooded, cold-hearted. Are they cold-blooded? Did I make that up? Hold on, give me a second. I did not make that up. Go Meg. Actually, go Holy Spirit. And I actually Googled it. And so on the list is crocodiles, lizards, snakes, a skink. I think that's what it says. Turtles and a tortoise. Okay, so those are examples of reptiles. And we already know Lucifer, lion, snake self, right? Okay, so I saw the vision, and then I saw a word. I want to say it was Bow for Christ, Sister Nina. And her title was like spot on to that. And I was like, whoa, but I was sick, so I wasn't posting, I wasn't typing anything like that. So I had that vision. Fast forward, I'm talking to God, and I'm like, why was I given something that was not even really like the bare minimum? Why was I scoring it strong? And I was doing that because of, in comparison, like comparing it to the bad, bare minimum seemed, or not even bare minimum, but anything better than the bad seemed good. And so I was rating it strong. And so y'all know I did the video on Instagram, like about your day ones. Like, God's criteria is different than ours. Like, the way we rate things, the way we evaluate things, it is not how he does. And so you can be coming out of a really abusive situation or a really abusive childhood, okay, like whatever it is, and then anything that feels better than that, you're gonna think it's good. That's how you can find comfort in a reptile. So say like you were dealing with like a skink, because it's really strike that. We're gonna go the opposite way. Say you were dealing with a snake, right? And you leave from the snake environment, but now you have a pet turtle. Okay, Holy Spirit, which is still causing delay. It just may not seem as vicious as the snake. That is nothing but the Holy Spirit. Like, because I didn't have none of that pulled up, okay? Or vice versa. Say it's a crocodile and you leave from dealing with a crocodile, and now you know you got a lizard. It's not as bad or as big as the crocodile, but it's still cold-blooded. It's still cold-hearted. Do you get what I'm saying? Be mindful of that on your healing journey. And especially my ladies, if you know you dealt with emotional abuse, physical abuse, whatever, in a past relationship, you can still be offered something that's not good for you. You can still be offered something that's in the spirit, it's like a reptile in your life, but you're finding comfort in that because it's better than the other thing that you just had. And that's why it's so important that we can't be scared to be alone, because you don't want to find comfort in that. You want to find comfort with a good animal or pet, something you don't have to wake up one day and like, did you just bite me? Like, what's happening? Right? And I'm thinking about that story they always tell where the lady had the snake. She knew she had the snake, but she wasn't thinking the snake was going to be a snake towards her. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right? So be mindful of that. Like, I pray that's confirmation to some of you who may be wondering. Don't ignore the red flags. Don't ignore the signs. Don't ignore the visions that God is showing you. Because sometimes, I think I told y'all that before too, I trust my visions more than I trust my dreams. Because the way I have visions, like, they just come in a little differently. But Make sure when you evaluate any relationship, there's no bias, and that you're not doing it based off comparison to something else. Like, oh, this one friend, she used to just blatantly just disrespect me, talk to me crazy. Or this one boyfriend, he used to just straight up call me out my name to my face on a regular basis. At least this new man or this new friend, like, they don't do that. But is what they're doing still harmful to you? Is what they're doing still not healthy or good for you? Even if it is better than when you was getting beat, even if it is better than when you was getting called out your name, right? But it's still not good. It's still not godly based on his criteria. Let's go. Okay, like, I did not plan on sharing that at all today. I had told myself I was done talking to the internet about relationships, but that's just where me and him have been. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and remember that part about the turtle and the tortoise. Like, there's still types of reptiles, okay, and you can find comfort in it because it's slower. It's not as aggressive, even though I feel like turtles can be aggressive, right? But at least it's not a snake, like, trying to wrap it. No, like, it's still, you're finding comfort in the wrong thing. So be okay with being alone, so you won't just find comfort in everything. Okay, we want true comfort, true love, all 2024. We want God approved, God ordained. Like, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I love y'all. Look into that some more if you want, but yeah. I want to throw this in. What if it's bigger, but you don't realize it's a bigger reptile, and it's actually worse because of your past experiences? You became, like, desensitized. That conversation keeps coming up with me. Like, you don't even feel the harsh effects anymore because you're used to it. You settled for those effects, those feelings. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you're finding comfort in something smaller. It could be you're finding comfort in something bigger and worse, but you just don't realize it. When you start to heal, you'll realize it.